In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove a stuck slotted screw. Now, often when you come to these slotted screws, they're often in a hinge and they're often covered in paint. So the first thing I always do when removing a tricky slotted screw is I try and remove the paintwork first. We're quite lucky here, and obviously this has not been paint damaged, so it'll be easy for you to see. So we get our screw, and all we're trying to do is clear out this slot of any paintwork or debris that might have ended up in there. It's worth spending a bit of extra time clearing that out, and then when you do attempt to remove your slotted screw, you're less likely to damage the head. So I always go in with my screw and a hammer and just tap it kind of at an angle to try and clear that out. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to avoid using a cordless drill with your slotted bit in there. I always like to use a hand screwdriver if the screw's been particularly difficult to remove. So I'll take that out of there. If you really are struggling, treat yourself to a fresh slotted bit or get a fresh screwdriver with a clean end on. That dramatically increases your chances of being able to remove the screw. Pop that in my screwdriver. So now we've cleaned our slotted screw out. I always go over a few times with my screwdriver just to double check that's clean. Whenever you're removing a screw, always trying to keep your screwdriver in line with the direction that the screw went in at. So we don't want our screwdriver to be here, we don't want to have our screwdriver to there. Sometimes it's difficult to tell, but if you look at the screw head, you can sometimes get a little clue as to whether the screw went in at a bit of an angle. Then you want to match that angle with your screwdriver. You want to put your hand flat on top of the screwdriver, and you want to be able to get your body weight on top. Make sure your loose hand isn't anywhere near, because if you slip out the screw, you don't want to go into your finger. And just at the moment you put a load of pressure on from above, you just want to twist the screw and try and unlock it. The moment you've unlocked the screw and it's turning and it's not shearing the head, you know you've got it. So you can take your time, keep the pressure on. So pressure down, hand out the way, and then you just want to twist it anti-clockwise until you start to see the screw loosening. Once it's got going, don't get complacent and take the pressure off. Just keep that pressure on until the screw has started to show signs of coming back up. Once it's loose enough, you should then just be able to remove it with your fingers. So that's the best way to remove a slotted screw. Clear the paint out, use a manual screwdriver, but if that's not worked, I'm going to show you how to remove a slotted screw using a pair of vice grips.